I love, first of all, the inspiration behind We Drip is my wife. You know, I'm gonna put that out there. I mean, so and a lot of, like you said, when you say We Drip, they attach it to the swag, they attach it to the style, but it's a multifaceted meaning.
Not if you a lesbian, you attach that to something. You thinking stuff else. You like, wait, hold up. Splash emoji, let's get it. Okay,
exactly. Splash, splash, splash. You know what I'm saying? And so that.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Queerly Blax Show. I'm your host, Ashley, and I'm so happy you came by. The Queerly Blax Show aims to normalize the everyday existence of Black LGBTQIA+ individuals through an interview-style series with regular folks like you and me. So every week, a new guest shares their story and unique perspective on their existence as an LGBTQIA+ individual. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe, download, set your reminders to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to another episode of the Queerly Blax Show. I'm here with a super special guest on a super special day. We got Jessica Betts in the building, y'all. Listen, okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, we got Jessica in the building. One of the many people that when I started this platform, I said, man, if I could get her here, that would be awesome. So I'm super excited to talk about everything that you have going on now, where you started. But go ahead, tell the people a little bit about yourself before we jump into it.
Oh man, first of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate that. You're making me feel good. You're making me feel real good. As I guess you could say, I started out very young, at 16, I was a basketball player. And I kept seeing people sing the national anthem, and deep down inside, that's what I really wanted to do. So I told my coach, I was like, let me sing the national anthem. So I'm gonna make this long story short. So I sang the national anthem. The next day, my coach took me downtown to meet my then managers, and I was signed to Boyz II Men 2 months later.
Whoa.
Now, you could imagine how that changed my life, because I was in 11th grade and I was 16 and my life changed. Now, mind you, I was playing basketball, so I had my hat to the back. I had my Jordans on, my Jabos.
Jabos, oh man!
My Jabos.
Was your white tee to your knees or just to your waist? Which one?
It was all the way to the knees.
To the knees? Oh yeah. Man, Jabos. Oh, those was the ones, man.
Those was the ones. I gotta bring them back, actually. So, it was sort of like, the height of their career at the time. So it just kind of just took me and swept me up into this vortex. So now I'm 16, I got a big deal with a big R&B group, and I've learned so much from that, and it was sort of like it was just a start of what I consider now my career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the quick synopsis of the beginning. I started as a singer, and I started writing songs. And then, in 2005, I was like, yo, I need some redemption. I need some redemption, because signing to Boyz II Men, it was great for me, but I was to them and to the world and to the labels, a young, pretty girl. Mm-hmm. So it's like, put this on, take that off, and then come back out, let us see you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're great, let's go out there and sing. So, and I was like, okay. And so I lived my life like that for about 5 years. And every day it was just getting at me and eating away at me. And so 2005, Missy Elliott was, so I walked away. So I had to walk away from that. I walked away from that because I could not see myself living and being someone that I wasn't, and I didn't want to conform any longer. So in 2005, I saw that Missy was having an audition for a television show, and reality TV was just on the rise. If not, nothing. It was a new thing; nobody had ever heard of it, and so I was like, well, let me see what this is about. I auditioned for that show, and it's so crazy. 2 months. 2 months later, she called and was like, come down. And so I competed against millions of people from all over the world. It wasn't just a one city show, it was a multi-city. They auditioned people from every city in the United States.
I remember that. Road to
Yeah,
Stardom, right?
yeah, Road
I
to
remember
Stardom.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
killed it.
Oh, thank you. It was my redemption, man, because I went in there as myself. I had my braids. I was like, I'm not gonna like do anything that everybody's telling me to do. I'm not gonna look how they want me to look, and I won.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Being yourself.
I
But
was
for you,
won.
going back to kind of the beginning, like what is your coming out story? What is your story to who you are now, this free individual, just kind of the younger years?
Oh well, it had to be to my parents first because
Oh
I was
yeah.
raised by strict and religious people. Like my grandmother owned the church. We wasn't members. We owned the church. So my grandmother was God-fearing and she lived by the book. You know what I mean? She wasn't like a hypocrite to the word. She lived it fully.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of it was the part that I needed to overcome first. And I guess the boldness and courage came at a younger age because I'm like, yeah, Granny, this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You
How,
gotta
how
know.
how old were you? Do you remember?
Um, I was 17,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
17, 18 years old, because at that point I had already made some adult decisions and
Mm-hmm.
executive decisions. I had a record deal. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest about who I am here at home because this is where I'm supposed to get all the unconditional love that I'm
Yeah.
receiving. I need that. And I knew at a young age, I needed my family's support.
Yeah.
So I told the person that I knew was going to take it the toughest. My mother told me, she was like, go tell your girlfriend to come,
Yeah.
come eat. I'm like,
Yeah.
Grandma, what are you talking about? But
Yeah.
my grandmother was like, okay,
Okay. You know
okay.
what the book say about that.
You know
You
what
know what the
God
book
say,
say about
right?
it. That ain't for me to
Right,
judge, but you know what he
exactly.
say about it.
Oh no, she
Yeah.
judged.
Oh,
No,
she
she
judged.
judged. Oh yeah. Oh no, she judged. Which is probably it's a gift and a curse in that sense because my grandmother said all the things that the world that she never held back any of the things that she said the world was going to say to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the fact that I was, you know, basically, someone who loved me told me like, this is what they're going to say to you. This is what they're going to say about you. So it was.
She prepped you. You was ready. She was
She
like,
prepped me.
"Look,
Yeah,
you're
it was
gonna hear
very
this. The stuff
sweet.
you're gonna hear. So
Other
just
things
get
that they're going
yourself
to say.
ready."
Exactly.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
bittersweet. So that's kind of how. So I came out to my family when I was like 17. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Before I graduated high school.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, I thought I came out the mines. I was like, yeah, so this was what's up. My parents were both like, all right, yeah, okay. My
Right.
grandma actually crazy, and my wife loves this story. We went to my grandma's house and she had like this little old rocket chair that was like in front of her couch, right? So me and her sitting on the chair. I've never talked to my grandma about my sexuality. Had never talked to her at this point. So
Right.
she turns around to me and her, and she like, y'all married yet? I was floored.
Oh, I know you
I was
was.
mortified. I was like, what? My girl was 90-some years old. Like, y'all,
Right.
and then she turned back around like it was nothing.
Right.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
she used to send me $25 checks in the mail for when I was in college. And
Mhm.
she started sending notes with like Ellen articles. I was like, all right. she was like, I got you. Like,
I got
it's
you.
all
Yeah.
good. We're good. We're good. I was
You know
like,
what
oh
time it
man.
was.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, gotta love them.
Gotta-
So then for you, like your music career, right? So going through like, you have some of your videos that have come out. One of them, Holdin On is probably one of my favorite ones, where you kind of have yourself as two different people,
yeah.
the more feminine version and the masculine version. Talk about that video, that vision, like what it meant, the song, everything.
Oh man, Holding On was a letter that I wrote to myself. And it was inspired by me feeling like I got tired of going back and forth about who I am. So I'm gonna keep holding on was like I'm gonna keep holding on to and remaining true to who I am, whether people like it or not. So I said to myself, how crazy would it be if I played my own love interest? If I go ahead, because I felt at that time I was still giving them what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because BET was right there, like, we want to premiere your next visual. We love the song. So I was like, well, why don't I play my own love interest? And I was like, yeah, why don't I do that? And then why don't I play the other extreme? You know, the fully masculine person that I also identify with, that I don't want to, you know, suppress. Why don't I let that person out? You know what I'm saying? And at the end, why don't they both morph into who I really am? You know what I'm saying? And I think that part of holding on was just that. It was the opportunity for me to have both extremities of who I am in one visual,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That was
allowing
dope.
myself to feel vulnerable enough to be the love interest, play the love interest, and allow myself to be as masculine as I wanted to be and be as feminine as I wanted to be, and I wanted the outcome of who I really was to be in the outcome of it all, because we're all not just one thing, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I'm not just masculine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
just feminine, you know. I am all of those things. So I wanted that to definitely be represented, man. So thank you for that. Because holding on is special. It's a special piece to me, and I really appreciate you
I'm tell
asking
you,
me.
everybody in this community can identify with that video. Cause
Oh wow!
even if the first, cause for me, right, like the feminine version, that's like the version of you when your mama's still buying your clothes.
Right.
Like
You
you
know what
gotta
I
like
mean?
you like, man,
Exactly.
like, she's still buying your clothes, so you gotta figure it out. You like, can I stretch the shirt out a little bit?
Right.
You like, she done
Exactly.
bought me this V-neck, man,
Right.
and then
You
you have
know.
your version when you become, an adult, you can buy your own clothes and be who you want to be. But even the internal struggle of like, man, like, what are people gonna think? How am I gonna feel? I'm hiding from myself. So I think everybody who has had to face with that, like, coming of yourself, like, can identify what that is. So thank you for that video and that visual, because I mean, I think it helps and it shows what a lot of people truly go through, so
Absolutely.
it's pretty
Thank you
awesome.
for that. I really, really appreciate that. Once again, that touched my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my truly, that's a piece that came from the heart, like visually and lyrically, you know,
Yeah.
and musically, because I wrote the music to that as well.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Thanks.
That's dope. Um, so then of course, we gonna talk about it super quick, but then earthquake came, you was vibing out, had the swag on. It was like, let's go. It was full on, We out here, let's get it.
Yeah,
So
earthquake. You know, I because at a lot of times I was always into, you know, the balladeer. You know, I came up on Whitney Houston. You know, Mahalia Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle. You know, and they all were like what we consider powerhouses. Okay, vocal
yeah.
powerhouses. You know, and so I studied that. I studied that way of singing. I studied that way of being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got vocals, you got to be able to know how to go into your belt, and you got to know how to range and hit those high notes, those power notes. And so when earthquake, when I heard the track, I'm like, you know, I just want to just vibe. I want to just let the ladies know what I like.
What's up?
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I want to let them know with a nice kick drum and a dope bass line and some hi-hats. And I was like, she said I can make your body dance. Let's get on the dance floor. And that was the birth of Earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And now, now we done fully realized now we got We
Right.
Drip.
Right. Yeah.
We got We
Yep.
Drip, which
Yep.
is like all of the things, right?
Absolutely.
You got the swag, you got, in there with your wife, Niecy Nash, we all love, of course.
Absolutely.
And it's just a whole vibe. Like it's literally just a vibe. Like I said, we drip, but let's please understand this is a double meaning, okay?
Right.
We got
Absolutely.
I
Multifaceted.
got you. I'm tracking. We got the swag, we got the Versace, Burberry, Dior, we swagged out, but we dripping though.
Dripping. We
We
dripping.
dripping
Right.
though.
You know what I mean.
Got the you know what I mean, in the basement, chilling.
Right.
Like, I
Exactly.
got you. Talk about that video, talk about the visuals, just lay it all out.
Oh man, it was an amazing experience. I love, first of all, the inspiration behind We Drip is my wife. You know, I'm gonna put that out there. I mean, you know, so you know, and a lot of, like you said, you know, you know, when you say we drip, they attach it to the swag, they attach it to the style, you know, but it's a multifaceted
Not
meaning.
if you a lesbian, you attach that to something. You thinking something else. You like, wait,
You know what I'm saying?
hold up.
You know what I'm saying?
Splash emoji. Let's get it. Okay, good.
Exactly. You know, splash, splash, splash. You know what I'm saying? And so that is definitely, you know what I mean, something that is um really important to me to be able to define that also, because sensuality and sexuality is something that people hide and I don't want to hide it. You know what I mean? So it's important to be confident and be strong and feel like, you know what I mean, you feel empowered in your sexuality. You know what I'm saying? So We Drip is definitely that. You know what I'm saying? So that multifaceted meaning, you know, is also sexual. And I want it to be sexual, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we have to attach it to style and grace and swag because that is also how you define it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah, it's giving very much
Exactly.
old school R&B vibes. Got the you know what I'm saying, telling them what to do. You know, giving some instructions in the songs. Get undressed. Let's go. Get
Right. Get
undressed. Let's
undressed.
get it.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Let's get it
And
done. Let's get it
it was
done.
so crazy because um those are the parts that I repeated because I wanted those parts to stick, you know. You know what I mean? Those are the parts that stand out in the record because I want, you know, by the time that's over with, you like, okay, where's my shirt? You know what I mean? Exactly.
Where are my clothes? I had them on when I got here.
Full
For sure.
outfit on.
For
Right.
sure. So as far from a music perspectives, obviously this, you know, the song's out now. We can expect the album. Can we
Absolutely.
gonna get a whole.
Yes, well, the EP, I'm working on the EP. And the reason why it's electronic press, because I want to have a full wide range. I didn't want it to, because, you know, I'm working on the album also, which is a separate project, which I'm really excited about. But, you know, that's the story. That's the top, when I'm 16 up until, now. But the EP is more so like me being able to just kind of like get out some of the stuff that I just been bottled in, you know. So We Drip is definitely one of them. I'm excited about my next song I got coming out. And, you know, it's just based on love and wanting to make sure that, you know, all of the emotions are put out there first. You know, y'all got to get to know who I am, man. You got to
Yeah.
get to know who I am. So this is basically what this next a couple of pieces will bring. Is just bringing you guys into my personal space, and you guys getting to know who I really am.
For sure. So like even with that, right? So like you consider special appearance. Niecy Nash is in the building. What's up?
Yes,
How
she
you
did.
doing?
This
Good.
is
How are
the
you?
iconic Drip herself.
There you go. Get undressed. Come on, Niecy, get undressed.
Hey.
We drip.
We Drip.
We drip.
Hi, Bree.
Dope.
Oh, hi.
How you doing? Oh, we got a special guest for the second half.
Pulled up, like,
Pull
hey.
up. Hey, you always welcome around here. Yes, indeed. Hey, so I wanted to ask you real quick, and then since I got both of y'all, because I always ask the love questions, since y'all both here, I had some bonus questions that I can ask. But for you, Jess, so you consider yourself a unicorn from a music perspective, just to round out that conversation, right? What does that mean?
Well, being a unicorn, I considered it more so like an alien, like an extraterrestrial kind of thing. If you noticed, I always use the alien head emoji, is because, you know, I feel I've always been drawn to what's extraordinary, and I feel extraordinary, and I want everyone else to feel extraordinary. And so a unicorn is someone who is, multi-hyphenate, and so I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, actor, arranger. So, you know, those are one of
Swag God, you know.
That's right.
Swag be on point. I'll be like, oh yeah, I see, I peep, I see you, I see what you're doing.
Thank you. Also, too, thank you. I feel fully. You making me feel fully seen. So
hey man, that's what the platform is all about. It's all about us. It's all about us. Every story to be told. We want everybody to feel like if you watch an interview on this platform, you'll find yourself in somebody, you know, and you can feel like, okay, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. But good, man. So now I got both of y'all here. Where did, first of all, congratulations to both of y'all. Like, I mean, I've been a lesbian my whole life. Since I was knee high to a grasshopper, I know how hard it is to be yourself and to be out here. And the way y'all came out and just was like, this, we out here. It was a groundbreaking for so many people. Like, you can't imagine. I'm sure y'all can imagine the stories of people who've just been able to really truly live in themselves through being inspired by y'all. So thank you for that. Like, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. But how does it feel to break the internet?
Apparently my wife is used to it.
She's used to it? Okay, yeah.
We broke the internet twice.
We did.
The first time was when we announced our wedding, and the second time was when we were naked on the cover of Essence.
Yes, that cover got recreated a few times. Yes, yep. That was the precursor to We Drip.
Yep.
Where did Hersband come from?
You know, I mean, it's just how I don't know. I just think it's the best word to describe her essence around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She is a her, but she's also my husband.
Yeah.
And if you know, you know.
Absolutely. And I think like, cause I mean, you know, I'm masculine presenting too, but I'm very much a woman. My pronouns are her, she, right? And that's a delicate line because, you know, people kind of assume things when they see your profile, but it's like, no, like I'm a woman. I identify with all my emotions. I very much, you know, carry all the personalities and all of the essence of a woman. I just like hoodies and my hat to the back. That's it, you know? So how is it for you guys, like working together, you know, both obviously having a relationship in a marriage and then also having business relationships together?
Well, working with my wife is really like not work at all, you know, but it's when we, you know, when we're collaborating creatively without, you know, anyone wearing a particular hat. Now, the co-directing stuff, you know, she quit on me a couple of times.
Okay. I was like, okay, stop, don't do
she
that.
Quit on me a couple of times.
I was fired a couple of times.
Fired a couple of times?
I was fired a couple of times.
My wife knows about that, so it's okay. I understand.
I mean, you know, she's very passionate. And when it comes to, you know, her vision, I want everything to be perfect just because I want her to be happy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, it was easier to direct an entire episode in a crew of 300 people when I was filming Claws than to direct a music video with just she and I, because my nerves, mm-hmm. You know, I just want everything to be so perfect for her because I love her so much.
Yes, it's the love, man. So y'all got a couple things coming up. P-Valley, I am so excited for P-Valley to come back. Like, I'm like, this show needs to be on like Law and Order. Like, I don't understand. Like, what can we get? Like 25 episodes, 26 episodes? You know, talk about P-Valley and your involvement.
P-Valley is coming out on June 3rd, and I am playing a character called Black Caesar, who is Uncle Clifford's high school, one of his high school best friend. So
okay,
yeah, it's really
you ain't take over the club.
You'll see me doing a little bit of everything. I can't give it all the way, but
I'm ready.
I'm definitely
ready.
Causing some havoc. Yep.
Nah, I'm ready. I love that show.
Taking the table.
Yeah, that show is crazy. It's I gotta read. I'm gonna rewatch the last season just so I can remember everything that was going on. Don't forget the lyrics. It's coming out.
Yes, that's May 23rd. I'm actually hosting an EP, and Jessica was in the band, which I loved. But I always wanted to flirt with her on camera, and she's very, very serious about work. And so when she's on her station and, you know, the cameras are on and everybody is in there, and I'm like, hey, how are you doing over there? And she wouldn't give me nothing. And then then after we get off, she all over me. And I'm like, no, move. Because I was trying to talk to you while we was at work. And she's like, I'm doing my job. Now, come on now. But we love working together. Yeah. You know, we just love being around each other. So it was, you know, like a no-brainer. Some people like the fact that they leave home during the day and have to come back, but we'll just be on the phone texting and calling the whole day anyway because we don't like being away from each other.
I was telling Jess earlier, me and my wife have been together for 14 years, married for 6, but the pandemic, it wasn't we like being around each other. Like it's my best friend, you know.
In the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's how I got
Yeah. So, you know, some people had that struggle, but no, when you with the right person, you don't have that, you know, you don't have that problem. I come upstairs for a couple hours every now and then, you know.
Absolutely.
But then, you know, we come back for dinner, babe. What we doing?
All the way real.
So, you know, yeah, I go upstairs. I'll be upstairs for a little bit. You know, we come back downstairs, but I wasn't ready to get rid of her or nothing. We wasn't ready to get rid of each other. You know, just a little air, you know.
A little air.
For a couple, so I can ask you how your day was, at least. And I wasn't there with you the whole day, you know.
Right,
so,
right.
What else do you guys have coming up? Anything else?
Well, we did you tell her that we have?
Well, first of all, my wife has an amazing show coming out. Okay, The Rookie, you know.
Yes.
Which I think is really cool. Go ahead, baby. Talk your stuff. Talk your stuff.
No, this ain't even about me.
I just want you to talk your stuff, though. You got a couple of good things coming.
When you married, it's always about both.
Right, exactly, right?
That's a fact. So I'm doing a spinoff of The Rookie that's coming to ABC. And then I have a movie that I did with Lena Waithe called Beauty that'll be at the Tribeca Film Festival. Okay. And then at the end of the year, the Jeffrey Dahmer story on Netflix also.
Nice.
And then did you tell her we have a clothing line coming out?
I need that. I need that. I need all that.
Yep.
I need all that. I live in LA, so I can come pick it up. You can leave it with security. I'll come grab it. No, size extra large.
You got it.
I'll come pick it up.
Put one to the side for you. Put a couple of pieces to the side for you.
Not to only mention that, Jessica, let me tell you something why I feel so lucky. First of all, I'm so proud of you. But second of all, I feel so lucky because I get to hear everything first. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's just, now I am a little bit like I Love Lucy because I will bust in and mess up the whole thing, but it's beautiful before I get involved. And she's working on this piece right now that she wrote for me. And babe, play a little bit of it. Play a little bit of it.
You want me to play a little bit of it?
Could you? I mean, just can she?
Absolutely.
I want you to hear it.
Absolutely. I love it.
Pretty much how we drip started. It started out as a love note and it you know, a melody, okay, and then a verse, and then now a summer bop. So probably, let me make sure I'm tuned in.
Yes.
That's my song.
That one?
Yes.
I titled the name of this piece. It was a love note. It was Cora. I guess now
that's what she calls me, Cora.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think about Mr. Brown.
Go ahead with your passion. You know you got it going on. And bring it on to me, sweet thing. Let me show you just what I mean. Can I kiss you where it tickles and know that you love me back? I know that you love me back, yeah. I got what you want, I got what you need.
That's a little
yes. I love it. I love it. Pulled out the guitar for me and everything. Man, yes.
Man, you know,
that's what's up.
When I first picked up the guitar, I did not know how to play it. I always thought it was cool until you start playing it. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm not as cool as I think I am. And so I taught myself how to play the guitar to learn how to, well, not to learn, but to basically shop my music, because I was always a songwriter. So I learned how to, I'm self-taught and playing the guitar just to write my songs so that I could present them to labels and other producers. And now I'm sitting here writing songs for my wife.
Because you got to be able to put like sound to what you hear in your head.
Absolutely. And turn it to a melody in, you know, verses and stuff like that. So,
and then when you found out you could get girls.
By the time I found that out, I was too old and I had already did all that.
The train had left the station.
The
Go
train
over.
left the station, man.
Gone. Over. Niecy, I got something for you. I got your I have your LGBTQ plus welcome packet. I know. I got some. I heard you on the red table. You said, ain't nobody reached out to me. Ain't nobody told me what's going on around here. I got you.
Oh yeah.
I got you some rules, some names of some stuff, a couple clothing lines that sell queer clothes, couple people, pride parades, all the information. I got you.
I'm so happy.
He said, where this camera at? Ain't nobody from this community sent me. I was cracking up. I said, you know what? I got you.
Thank you. Oh, I feel so
I love that.
Now you get your package. Her welcome package.
You're gonna get a package. So I'll ask your team, how to make sure you get that stuff. We come to the end, but there's a couple questions I ask everybody. If you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
LTD Love Ballad.
Niecy, got one?
Oh, I thought you were just asking her. Oh, me? It would probably be a theme song for Bad Mama Jamma.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or
nice.
Or she said, or
brick house.
I'll take it.
Wait, funny story about that song. My grandmother loved that song, right? When she was like before, her church days, right? So when she passed away, we did like a video, like a PowerPoint, and that was one of the first songs I put on the background. And I was like, I'm all excited. I'm like, what? I'm like, babe, look at the video, look at the video. She was like, you cannot play that song. Like, it's your grandmother. Like you. I was like, but she loved the song, so I had to pick a church song. It's the Clark Sisters.
Well, they better play it. They better play it for me.
That's right. They better. Final question for both of you is, if you had a piece of advice for somebody who's going through their own queer journey, what would it be?
Wow. I would say you can't be anything for anyone until you're true to yourself. And to stand flat-footed in it. And even if you are afraid, do it anyway. Mm-hmm. Because God will always send somebody to support you, to love on you, and to encourage you. Now, it might not be the ones who you wanted to do it, but he will always send somebody, and you got to trust that.
Love it. Love that.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. I can't
say what she said.
What she said.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, man, thank y'all so much for coming. Niecy with the surprise visit. I so appreciate it. I was telling Jess when we first started this, and I told my wife, I was like, she said, who would you want to get? She's the EP. She's an attorney. So she's like in the background. She don't want nothing to do with this camera and stuff. So she'll tell me like, okay, these are the questions. This is what we got to do, whatever. And she was like, if, who is a guest that you would want to get? So I said, Jessica and Niecy, of course. And she was like, all right, babe, let's be more realistic. Come on. 14 years, she can talk to me like that, right? So she, she says that. So I was like, and then here y'all are. So here we are. So I got this one on her. I got this.
Oh
one.
Yeah, you got.
I got this one. For life, I got this one. So thank y'all. I got this.
You got some cool points in your marriage right now, because the next time you say something, she gonna say, "Oh, I know you can manifest that."
Oh yeah. She believed it, but 14 years you can talk to me like that. She's like, all right, babe, come on, let's somebody we can really get now. Let's get somebody. But so I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for everything that y'all have done, that y'all continue to do. Keep inspiring people, keep being authentic. We love y'all, continue to support y'all, and really, really appreciate y'all being on the platform.
Thanks, Ash.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all, listen, this is another episode of the Queerly Blax Show. I'm your host, Ashley. I'll catch y'all on the next one.